Well, it turns out looking at someone's Twitter follows is a direct correlation to what team they're going to. 100 Thieves sending out a tweet that they are in fact signing Meteos, Ryu, and Ssumday. Meteos, we talked about earlier, had followed a couple guys from 100 Thieves, and look at that, he's on the team.
Yeah, it's no coincidence, Eric, and it's pretty ridiculous that players just prematurely follow these guys, which is a big giveaway.
Another day. Just wait another day.
If I was signing someone, I'd be like, you know what, just don't follow me. Whatever you do, do not follow me, please.
Oh, I already did.
Unfollow. No.
And then you have to send a tweet announcing it, but that team is looking pretty interesting. Meteos and Ryu obviously have some experience playing together. Ssumday, one of the best top laners from last split.
Yeah, Ssumday was a guy who I voted for the All-Star team. I thought he had a great split with Dignitas. And he's a guy, he can play those tanks. He can also get onto those carry champions and take over a game. And with Meteos, obviously it's kind of an unknown because we didn't see too much of him last split. But he did really help Phoenix 1 when he joined in spring of last season. That team, along with Ryu, ended up finishing 3rd. Sure, he didn't really play too much in the playoffs, especially that FlyQuest series. He didn't get into the field at all. But he's still a great face to have on a brand new franchise. It's definitely going to bring a bunch of fans over, along with Ssumday now and Ryu.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is now they're going to have to go for a fully domestic bot lane, but there are definitely some guys out there. I mean, you've got the likes of Altec and Adrian who are still hanging out there, and Liquid, you know, they've got a few extra 80 carries, maybe some supports. Biofrost, a guy whose name's still being thrown out there. So they have enough to put a pretty solid roster together, and the key thing is using those imports on those solo lanes, as we've talked about before. So a lot of noise coming out of 100 Thieves, and that team has a potential to be upper middle tier, I'd say.
Yeah, I definitely like it. And just going back to Meteos quickly, I mean, you look at his record with Phoenix 1 in time he's played, 14-9. Not bad. Not bad. Not too bad at all. So we'll have to see if we can keep that going, and maybe with now an off season to actually prepare, he can have a champion pool that's deeper than Elise and Zach, hopefully, because the meta's not always going to be those two champions. But yeah, now listening to that bot lane, I like the Altec Adrian one myself. And if you're going to do it, like you said, Eric, it's domestic bot lane is the way to go because there's all kinds of talent available there. Whether it's Altec Adrian, whether it's X Special, whether it's Biofrost, there's a lot of guys that you can get up in that bottom lane. So I like what 100 Thieves are done. It looks like a pretty solid roster. Ryu, you never know what to expect, but he's got a little bit of history with Meteos, which definitely helps. And hopefully he picked it up in the end of summer split with Phoenix 1. I know he spoke about a lack of motivation, burning out, that kind of thing. Maybe the offseason, going back to Korea for a bit. Has him revamped and ready to go for this brand new 2018 NALCS.
Yeah, and I think the fact that they do have Pr0lly, this is one of the guys, it's so rare in the League of Legends scene to see the same coach come back for multiple years. Yeah. And he's there for pretty much the entire existence of H2K in the LCS. Basically the longest tenured guy in EU for sure. So I think bringing him to another team and kind of having someone that you can respect and kind of know that he's a pretty solid coach, because there are a lot of different iterations of that H2K roster, and while maybe they never won the EU LCS, they were always one of those top 4 teams coming into the split. So that's a good foundation for that team, and they've kind of, there's been some rumblings that they might have another solid jungler behind Meteos just in case he does struggle and doesn't play at the level they're looking for, but I think he'll be pretty solid for them.
I think he'll be okay too. And yeah, with Pr0lly, not only is he a solid coach, he's also a lot of fun to watch. Those interviews are always a great time. I remember those Yanko's Pr0lly joint interviews, a lot of fun. Imagine the Meteos Pr0lly post-game interviews. That's going to be a lot of memes. Should be a pretty good time. So I'm looking forward to watching this roster, at least 3/5 of it so far.
Yeah, and I mean, the memes are expanding to all these other teams now. Team Liquid is just, that's all they are. They are a meme. They're going to be a good team, but they're just a full meme. It's not just Cloud9 and Sneaky anymore. It's spreading like a disease to the rest of the league. So look out for all those memes coming in here. So that's 3 out of 5 there for 100 Thieves. And we still have nothing from Golden Guardians.
Nothing. What are you doing?
They got Loco Doco.
Great. That's all they need. Just the coach, no
just
players.
The coach. He's still doing his scouting. He's waiting till the last second. They're going to have a whole squad there. But
enjoy, Keith.
Keith McBrief. Well, we'll see what 100 Thieves does to round out the rest of the roster. I'm sure we'll have some more news going forward from that team as well as the other teams. And hopefully the Golden Guardians actually decide to sign someone to their team.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more esports content.